There comes a moment when heaven itself leans down and whispers to the earth, and today that whisper is about you. You have been called, marked, and chosen long before you understood what calling even meant. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to blend in, never meant to live unnoticed, never meant to be a shadow in the background of someone else's story. You are the seventh seal of power, the final unlocking of what has been hidden for generations. Look at your life, the storms you've survived, the nights you thought would swallow you whole, the betrayals that should have left you broken. Why do you think you faced so much? Because you were being forged. Steel is never strong until it meets fire. Diamonds are never brilliant until they're cut, and power is never pure until it's tested. Every pain you endured was proof that you carry something hell tried to destroy but could not. Inside you is a force that does not beg for recognition, it commands it. You do not need to shout to be heard. When you walk into a room, the very air shifts. That is the weight of divine authority. You have been underestimated because your strength was hidden. But understand this. What is hidden is often the most valuable. Seeds grow in the dark before they break the earth. And you, too, have been growing quietly, waiting for the moment to emerge unstoppable. Do not doubt this calling. The world is aching for light in its darkest corners, and you carry that light. You are not here to simply exist. You are here to ignite. There are chains only you can break, doors only you can open, battles only you can win. You are not waiting for permission. Heaven has already signed your authority. And when you fully step into it, no enemy, no lie, no force of destruction will be able to stand against you. You were never a mistake. The universe didn't stumble when it brought you here. The heavens didn't miscalculate your arrival. Long before you opened your eyes to this world, there was a declaration made over you, a mark placed upon you that cannot be erased. You carry within you the seal of destiny, the seventh and final key that unlocks a power the world has been waiting to witness. This is why life has never felt simple for you. This is why you've endured storms that would have drowned others, why you've been misunderstood, why you've felt the weight of battles you didn't even choose to fight. It was not because you were weak, but because you were chosen. And those who are chosen cannot be molded like everyone else. They must be forged. Every moment you thought was random was actually deliberate. The hardships, the heartbreaks, the seasons of silence, they were not accidents. They were the fires that tested you, the chisels that shaped you, the divine classrooms where you were taught strength beyond measure. You wondered why people betrayed you, why friends walked away, why doors slammed in your face when you were only trying to do right. But what you didn't see was that each loss was protection, each closed door was redirection, each pain was preparation. The mark you carry is too sacred to be shared with just anyone, too powerful to be exposed too soon. So heaven shielded you, even when you called it suffering. There is a reason you've always felt different. Maybe you tried to fit in but couldn't. Maybe you dimmed your light to make others comfortable, only to feel empty inside. Maybe you've carried dreams that felt too big for your surroundings, visions no one else seemed to understand. That's because you weren't designed to be ordinary. You were crafted with intention, stamped with a seal that sets you apart. And when the world cannot define you, it will often try to destroy you. But even in those moments when you felt crushed, something in you refused to die. That unyielding spirit is the evidence of who you truly are, the seventh seal, the unbreakable proof that purpose always outlives opposition. Look back at your life for just a moment. Think of the things that should have ended you, the heartbreak that almost shattered you, the failure that almost made you quit, the darkness that nearly swallowed your will to fight. Yet here you are, breathing, standing, still moving forward when you had every reason to stop. That's not luck. That's destiny refusing to let go of you. That's the seal within you, pulsing with a quiet power, reminding you that your story isn't over and your role in this world cannot be erased. There will come a time, and it is closer than you think, when everything you've endured will make sense. The very pain that once threatened to break you will become the foundation of your strength. The very voices that doubted you will have to watch as you rise. You were never behind. You were always being positioned. And when the time comes, nothing will be able to stop what is already written. The mark of destiny on your life is not something you earn, and it's not something anyone can take away. It simply is, and because it is, you are unstoppable. So lift your head. Stop questioning why you are the way you are. Stop apologizing for the fire inside you. Stop hiding the very thing that was meant to change the world around you. You were not born to shrink yourself to fit into small spaces. You were born to expand, to rise, to lead, to shake the ground beneath your feet. You are the seventh seal of power, not just a bearer of destiny, but the fulfillment of it. You are the proof that light can survive the darkest nights, that purpose can outlast the fiercest storms, and that what heaven has marked cannot be moved by anything on this earth. This is your calling, this is your identity, this is the truth that no force can undo. You were chosen before time began, marked with a destiny that will not fail, and you will walk in it. The world has yet to see the fullness of who you are, but when they do, they will understand the seventh seal has been opened, and nothing will ever be the same. Power does not always reveal itself in grand gestures or loud declarations. Often, it hides in the quiet corners of your being, waiting for the right moment to emerge. Within you, there exists a force so profound that even you have yet to comprehend its depth. You have mistaken your silence for weakness, your patience for passivity, and your endurance for fragility, but you could not be more wrong. What rests inside you is not dormant, it is deliberate. Every trial you have faced, every battle you thought you lost, every moment where you questioned your own worth, these were not signs of defeat. They were the building blocks of a power that grows in shadows, gathers in stillness, and strikes with unshakable authority when the time is right. Think about the seasons you survived when no one came to rescue you. Remember the nights you cried alone, the moments when you wanted to give up but somehow kept going. That resilience, that decision to rise one more time even when everything in you screamed to quit. That was not luck. That was not coincidence. That was the unseen strength of your spirit refusing to be conquered. While others might have fallen apart under the weight you carried, you did not. And that is the proof of the force living within you. You have already endured what would have destroyed most. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still capable of love, purpose, and greatness. That is power. Quiet, invisible, but undeniable. The world does not understand this kind of strength because it cannot be measured by appearances. They see you and underestimate you because they cannot see what lies beneath. They do not realize that you are like the ocean, calm on the surface but capable of waves that can reshape the very shorelines of existence. The adversities you've endured have not weakened you, they've refined you. Every heartbreak carved wisdom into your soul. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment. Every setback taught you how to rise without making noise. This is why, when you finally step into who you truly are, you will not need to prove anything to anyone. Your presence alone will be enough to shift atmospheres. Understand this. True power is not in shouting about what you can do. It is in becoming so unshakable that the world takes notice without you having to announce it. You have been learning this in secret. Life has trained you in silence. While others sought recognition prematurely, you have been gaining something far greater, depth and depth cannot be faked. When your moment arrives, and it will, you will not just make an impact, you will transform everything you touch, because power that has been hidden, tested, and matured carries an authority that cannot be denied. Do not despise the hidden years, the times when you felt invisible, overlooked, or forgotten. Those seasons were your preparation. Diamonds do not shout while they are being formed in the earth's dark depths. Trees do not scream while their roots are growing strong underground. Power does not announce itself until it is ready, and you, too, are reaching that point. The strength within you has been waiting for this moment, the moment when all you have endured becomes the fuel for everything you are about to do. Soon, the same people who doubted you will wonder how you became unstoppable. The same situations that once oppressed you will have no hold on you, and the same battles that tried to break you will only serve as proof of how unbreakable you are. You will walk into rooms and carry an authority that needs no explanation. You will speak and shift the very atmosphere around you. You will stand, and everything that once stood against you will bow. This is what it means to carry unseen power. It is not a force that demands attention. It is a force that cannot be ignored. And it has always been inside you, waiting, building, strengthening. Now the time is coming when you will release it. And when you do, the world will see what heaven always knew. You are not ordinary. You never were. You are the seventh seal of power, and nothing in existence can stop what is about to be revealed through you. There comes a moment in every chosen life when the silence breaks, when the confusion lifts, and when everything that once seemed meaningless begins to make perfect sense. That moment is the awakening of purpose. For too long, you may have wandered through seasons where nothing aligned, where your efforts seemed wasted, and where you questioned if you had any significance at all. You looked at the endless struggles, the delays, the disappointments, and you wondered why life seemed to fight you at every turn. What you didn't know was that every second of that journey was shaping you for this very hour. Nothing was wasted, not the tears you shed in private, not the battles you fought in secret, not the scars you carry as silent testimonies. They were all preparing you for the unveiling of who you truly are. Purpose is never given to the untested, because purpose without endurance collapses under pressure. That is why you endured so much. That is why you were stripped of comfort, pushed beyond limits, and forced to discover strength you didn't know you had. The awakening of purpose is not gentle. It is fierce. It shakes you from complacency, pulls you out of hiding, and sets your soul ablaze with a fire that refuses to die. Once awakened, you can never go back to sleep. Once you see what you were born for, no distraction, no opposition, and no fear can stop you. And that is where you are now, standing on the edge of the life you were always meant to live. Look around you. The world is desperate for what you carry. There are voices crying out for answers, and you are one of those answers. There are places drowning in darkness, and your light was made to pierce it. There are chains of despair that only your unique strength can break. You have wondered why you have always felt a deep restlessness, why you could never settle for mediocrity, why you carried dreams that felt too heavy for your shoulders. It is because your spirit knows you were born for more. That unease inside you was not dissatisfaction. It was destiny knocking at the door of your soul. The awakening of purpose changes everything. Suddenly, you stop chasing approval because you realize you already carry authority. You stop fearing rejection because you understand you were never meant to fit into every place. You were meant to create new ones. You stop apologizing for your strength because you see that your strength was given for the sake of others, not to be hidden. When you embrace your purpose, you become unstoppable, not because life becomes easy, but because nothing can shake a person who knows why they exist. Do not underestimate this moment. Do not think for a second that what you carry is small. The greatest revolutions start with a single awakened soul. The most unshakable movements begin with one person who finally says, enough. You are that person, you are that spark. And when you decide to fully step into who you are, you will ignite a chain reaction far beyond what you can imagine. The obstacles you have faced were not there to defeat you. They were there to prepare you to stand tall when everything in this world tries to make you kneel. This is the hour when you stop waiting for permission to be great. This is the hour when you rise, not timidly, but with a boldness that shakes the ground, because you were never here to simply exist. You were sent here to lead, to heal, to inspire, to transform. You are not just living your story. You are carrying the legacy of those who came before you and the hope of those who will come after you. And when you finally embrace that, when you fully awaken to your purpose, nothing will ever be the same again. You are not late, you are not behind, you are right on time for what you were destined to do. Everything you have endured has been leading to this moment. Stand in it, own it, walk in it without fear. Because you are not just another life drifting through existence. You are the seventh seal of power, the answer to a world that has been waiting, and the time for your purpose has come. There is a moment in every story when the tide turns, when the impossible bends, when the one who is counted out becomes the one who cannot be stopped. That moment is here for you. Everything you have endured, every trial that tried to crush you, every tear that watered the soil of your destiny, it has all led to this point. You have been pushed down, overlooked, underestimated, and doubted, but none of that will matter now. Because when the rise begins, no force on earth can hold it back. You are not just standing again, you are ascending. And when you rise, you will rise with a power that shakes everything that once stood against you. Those who thought you were finished will watch in silence as you become everything they said you couldn't. The very walls that confined you will crumble beneath the weight of your breakthrough. The voices that mocked you will have no choice but to fall quiet as your success roars louder than any insult ever could. This is not revenge, this is redemption. This is not about proving them wrong. It is about proving that destiny cannot be denied. What has been written over your life cannot be erased by human hands. What was set in motion long before you breathed your first breath cannot be stopped by any earthly force. The unstoppable rise does not come from arrogance or chance. It comes from endurance. It comes from all the nights you refused to quit. It comes from the days you kept moving forward when no one was watching, when no one was cheering, when no one even believed in you but you. That quiet perseverance has built a foundation so strong that nothing can tear it down now. You have become like a mountain, shaped by pressure, unmovable by storms, towering in strength and purpose. And just like a mountain, you will no longer have to announce your presence. You will simply exist, and the world will have to take notice. This rise is not only for you. It is for everyone who ever needed to see that victory is possible. There are people who will find hope because you refused to give up. There are lives that will be changed because you stood your ground. Your rise will not be a solitary triumph. It will be a signal to others that they, too, can overcome. This is why the attacks against you were so relentless, because what you carry is not just personal. It is powerful enough to transform everything around you. And when you rise, you will find that nothing looks the same. The chains that once bound you will be broken. The fears that once haunted you will lose their grip. The doubts that whispered in your ear will be silenced by the reality of your victory. You will not just survive, you will thrive. You will not just move forward, you will soar, and there will be nothing timid or hidden about it. Your rise will be undeniable, unshakable, and unstoppable. So lift your eyes to what is ahead. Stop looking back at what tried to break you. Stop questioning whether you are worthy of this moment. You have already proven it by surviving everything meant to destroy you. Now it is time to take your place. to stand fully in the power that has always been inside you, to embrace the truth that you are no longer who you were. You have evolved, you have risen, and you cannot be stopped.